what low vibrational things are you staying away from this year? I like this question.
It's a cool question.
Like, let's.
Because it goes back to that thing I was saying of like, when you try to like grow up and you outgrow certain situations and you somehow find yourself back in that situation.
Yeah.
That's low vibrational. Like, why are you self-sabotaging? Like, so I think it's that.
So
not that I'm like, I'm constantly going back to things, but it's just like, maybe you don't like going out on a Sunday because you used to do it as a student and then you go out on a Sunday. It's like low vibrational to like the new you.
Exactly.
I don't know. But it's that, and it's like feeling like you're pouring so much of yourself into other people that you're not pouring that into you, which results into like you kind of losing yourself. So I want to, which I mean, it's gotten a lot better. I don't want to lie. I want to prioritize myself a lot more and not like overextend myself because I feel like that's what I need to do in situations or whatever. But I just want to pour that into me first.
Yeah.
And not feel guilty because I'm not, I don't know, putting pressure on myself like to show up for people all the time, whereas like I'm not showing up for myself, or I feel like I'm not being received the way that maybe I think I'm receiving other people.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to pour into myself a lot more and put myself first. And not feel bad for saying no, like to things.
Saying no more.
Yeah, like not feeling bad because sometimes I'll self-sacrifice. I'll say I want to do something, but because I know that means a lot to the other person, but deep down inside I don't want to do that, but I'll do it just for the sake of. So I want to be able to be like, nah, without feeling bad because that's what I want to do. So yeah, those are low vibrational things that I want to walk away from.
My things is, and I actually did a video about this on TikTok the other day, but I didn't post it yet. So a few of it is clubs, partying, like I will still do it, but like just not as often. Like going clubbing every weekend, like.
But you don't even do that, right?
I don't. So clubbing, I don't want to go clubbing just for the fun of it. Yeah, we can go celebrate and stuff like that. That's fine. Like I love dancing. That's the problem. So it's like sometimes I get this urge to dance, man.
Me too.
Like I'm tired of dancing in my mirror. And then that's fine. I can go, but like unnecessarily, like just every weekend because you're smart, because your friends are going.
But you don't do
because
that.
of the specific event that's happening now. You want to be there. Like I get it for if you're 18 or 19 or 20. Like that's fine. But like I'm 27. I'm tired.
Also, yeah, yo.
Please, if you're gonna ask me to go out, please. If it's a club, I'm not going.
I'm coming out in December, guys.
I'm not going.
I was during the year. Because I'll make plans for Friday night. Friday night comes and I'm so tired that I want to move my plans to Saturday. Saturday, I hate it because then I spend the whole of Sunday recovering.
Yeah.
I don't like going out on Sunday, even though it's nice, but mock me absent man. I don't like going out on Sunday because it fucks up my whole routine for the week.
Yeah.
So there's that. But I still want to live. I still want to get a lot out of my 20s before I
but like
settle down.
That's okay.
Obviously, it's not going to be every weekend. I mean, I don't live like that.
Like in December, like there were some nice events happening. Like I enjoyed my December. Like I had the best festive this year because I did things that I love doing.
Yeah.
So I went dancing, and there was this one day like I had one or two drinks, and I was just dancing. I think it was Kunye. I enjoyed Kunye so much. I wish you were there.
I've been to one. I went to one last year, March. No, it was like a year ago. That was my first school year. It was so nice.
It's such a vibe, and like that's
so
where I
nice.
want to go if I'm going out. But like if I'm just going to a normal club in Long Street in the week or
Damn.
No man. Also Long Street is just low vibration. That's what I'm saying.
No man, learn. Let the kids live.
It's low vibration.
It's low vibration.
If you are 27 and in Long Street every weekend, please, darling.
Oh, sorry. Unless that's your life and that's your that's how you make your money.
You have your DJ.
Go be about your grind, baby girl. Like I'm with you.
I agree.
But I don't know, just the way I've structured my life doesn't allow for me to go out every weekend, and not even every weekend. It's just going out to the club every weekend for me. I just I can't. I like to hibernate. I can't. But don't get me wrong, I love seeing people and I love going out and
Yeah.
stuff. But every once in a while, yeah.
I need back into work mode.
Okay.
Another low vibrational thing I'm staying away from this year is complainers. Like,
you're Lauren, sorry.
I know if you Tommy, if you woke up this morning, I don't think you have anything to complain about. If your eyes are open, you can find gratitude in the smallest things, but you choose to complain about life. I don't get it.
We need to be
there's
present. We need to be present.
There's a difference between like venting and then telling someone, oh, I have a problem, like this is what happened. That's fine, do it once. But if you're gonna like talk about your problem the whole time, you complaining now you're
I hear you. Okay.
No, man,
like be able to move from it.
Move on from it. Yeah, like figure it out like after that. But don't like sit in that and then this dark clouds over your head. Like,
no, I hear you.
I think another pet peeve of mine is a complainer.
You can't.
I can't deal with it.
Can't deal.
I
feel like that's such an Aquarius thing. Oh, I swear. All the Aquarians in my life, I've had obviously relatively different conversations, but it's always I hate bad energy vibes.
Yeah, I don't.
Like I can't put up with it. I'm thinking of 3 Aquarians you included in this, and literally you guys have all said a version of
I think it might just be because we're just so sensitive to energy. Like, I know I'm sensitive to energy. I can't speak to anyone else, but I think mine is because like I'm very sensitive to energy. It's like, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you.
Yeah, I'm sensitive in general, so like
I'm not even gonna try to fuck with you.
Like in general, so I hear you.
Yeah, like I'm not even gonna try to be your friend if my
my body. Yeah, same actually. Like I don't fuck with a bitch. I don't fuck with a bitch. Either one of your biggest fears, or how do you feel about therapy and like what's been the lesson from that? Which one do you want to answer?
Oof.
To wrap it up, it got deep.
Okay, I wanna talk about both actually.
Both.
So my biggest fear. So recently I've realized that my fears changed because obviously we grow as human beings. My biggest fear right now is losing myself.
Yeah, same.
Because I have worked so damn hard. Nobody understands the work that you do on yourself. And losing myself would mean that I lose everything that I've been working for the past 27 years. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm 27, so
same.
Yeah, and I think I just feel like there's way more in store for me. You know, if
for you to let it go like this.
Yeah, like that is my biggest fear, and I will protect myself in any circumstance, in any, you know, like I'll protect her because like when I look at like my younger self and who she was and what she like wanted out of all of the older women around her, like I am that woman now. You know,
like you're showing up. I know for myself, like I show up. I don't have like an older sister, so I show up for my little cousins who are also girls the way that I wanted like someone else to show up for me, like an older sibling or cousin or whatever. So I totally relate with what you're saying. I just feel like I just don't want to lose myself because like to your point, you work so hard to get yourself out of a certain mind frame or just outgrowing certain things that you look back on and you're like, damn, like low vibrational. But, you know,
I will never go back.
You know what I mean? Like
forward.
Like there's just so many things that you outgrowing habits, behaviors, people you keep around. And not to say like people are bad people just because they're not in your life. It's just like life happens, change happens, you going through different cycles, different stages of your life need like certain people in your life, and whether it's forever or just this 3 months or whatever it is, I just don't want to find myself in certain spaces anymore that used to literally like tear me down. And I just want to show up for myself a lot more. Like, I want to stop with the self-doubt. I want to be more confident.
Yeah.
But carry the confidence. Like, it must be a consistent confidence and not just today I'm feeling confident, tomorrow I'm like, oh, I don't feel like putting myself out there or whatever. I want to constantly like show up for me, because honestly guys, if we don't take the chances, you really never know. Like, you honestly, like,
you fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
at
least
for yourself.
So yeah, because I feel like opportunities pass by because of like the self dialogue that we tell ourselves, or how we limit ourselves from doing things. I just really don't want to limit myself from doing anything.
Yeah, and as women of color, especially like, it's our turn to break some boundaries, like, and it's boundaries that people put in place. It's
Not
man-made
real,
boundaries. It's delusion. So like, break that delusion with your own delusion, like, you know, like, be bold enough to go for your dreams, if that's the least you're gonna do in this lifetime.
Rooms, like, I want to command rooms more, because I feel like people around me, or let me just rather say my family first and then my friends and stuff, people believe in me so much, but like, you don't believe in yourself. Like, it's so weird.
That's so true.
So I want to experience myself the way other people experience me, although I know we'll never be able to experience ourselves the way the way people experience us. But yeah, that's something. What was the next question?
The therapy one.
How do you feel about therapy? Does it work? And what was the lesson you learned from going to therapy?
How do I feel about therapy?
Yes, sir.
Right now, I'm a bit afraid of therapy.
What makes you what makes you afraid, friend?
I want to go to the right person.
Yeah, that's envy.
So like, just like picking that whole process of finding the right person is like, it's a tedious process, like, and just in your head also, like, you want to know for certain, you know, which is not always going to be the case, you know. So yeah, I want to get back into therapy, but I'm just struggling to find someone that I can work with, and that, you know. So if anybody can recommend, please, nobody that is gonna preach the Bible.
I'll send you a link of this page where I found mine.
Yeah, you sent it to me already.
Did I? Yeah, but I was still filter it
to
what like, you need.
I'm still like a bit iffy, man. I know, I just need to go for it.
Because they're like, all of them are literally on that. It's like Uber for them, basically. Then you
what was the one after that? How do I feel about therapy?
It was, does it work? And what was the lesson that you learned from it?
Yes, therapy does work. I believe in therapy. I'm an advocate for it. If you find a nice therapist, like, it's also expensive.
It is.
So
that link, girl.
Yeah, no, people like 300 an hour.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like proper
actually,
people.
I'm gonna add the link in the caption below.
Yes, that's
I'll
so
add
cool.
The link.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for therapy. I think anyone should go to therapy, even if it's just one session. Like, just go and be curious about it at least.
Yeah.
And then my biggest lesson from therapy is that, you know, you think you know things. As I thought I knew things, then when I went to therapy, I didn't know shit. So
things about yourself.
Yeah, it was things about myself.
Yourself, okay.
And also, like, another big lesson that I learned was, stop downplaying your experiences.
Yeah.
That's one thing that my therapist, like, my last therapist, like, she engraved in me. She's like, just because you went through something differently than the other person, it doesn't invalidate your experience and the way it made you feel.
Yeah.
And for that reason alone, you should seek out help or seek out therapy. And I used to compare my situation to other people's situation and be like, oh, mine's not that bad, and that's the worst thing that you can do.
To invalidate yourself and to feel like, it's that thing of, yes, I'm grateful, but this is my life. Like, this is my reality.
Exactly.
And these are the things that hurt me and I have to go through. So
yeah.
I'm also an advocate for therapy. Before I started therapy last year, I was always scared to go to therapy because it was just a thing of like, what if I have demons that I don't know about? Or what if there's something wrong with me? And when I actually started, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so it's so healing. And I was always that person who was always like, it's fine, I'll figure it out myself, or I'm the strong friend, but I'm not really talking to anyone else about my issues, you know. And the only time that people would know that there's something wrong with me is if like I burst out, or and I'm just like, you know what, I'm so tired of keeping quiet or whatever, where I wasn't communicating, like effectively communicating, like I have this issue. I let things fester. I will be like, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, and then one day it's not fine anymore. Do you get? So my relationship with it is that I went into it seeking to know about myself more, to know about my triggers, to know how I'm wrong, and like what part I play in situations, and just in general, just to learn, because I feel like you learn a lot also. It doesn't necessarily have to be about yourself, but like just coping mechanisms. And like, for instance, I never knew that anger was basically the root of anger, sadness. Like something made you sad, and then depending on how that sadness festers, it festers into anger. I never knew things like that. So when you're feeling angry about things but you can't explain like why, it comes from like being sad. So for me, I think it's important to verbalize things. It doesn't have to be to like 10 people, as long as it's one person where you feel like I'm heard by this person, or it's like a space for me to speak or whatever. Verbalizing things is healing in hindsight. Like sometimes you go through something, you tell your friend, you feel a bit better, man. Like I can't explain it.
Or if just like if something's bothering you about something,
anything,
like even if something is like this morning as well, like when you told me like you might not come, blah blah, and like I was not gonna tell you or explain to you how important this is to me, but like I needed to do that so that, you know, because as my friend, like you should know, hey, this is very important to me, you know. It means a lot to me, so it will mean a lot for you to like show up or whatever, you know. Just like verbalizing that alone instead of keeping it in made me feel so much better, and then in that way our relationship gets better as well. You know what I mean? Because you open up that door to like being vulnerable and like
being
honest,
having
transparent
uncomfortable conversations.
True.
Verbalizing things really does help, man. Like I think especially in the last 4 years I've seen, I mean, I only started therapy last year, but like the last 4 years, that's when I transitioned from varsity student into like corporate. So that's when like another big shift happened for me. And like communication at work, communication with your friends, communication with your boyfriends or girlfriends, like every relationship requires that. If you really care about it or whatever, it requires that. I think
communication.
And we're not all these amazing communicators we think we are, but
that's true.
We're not these
because there's different ways to communicate things. And people have different styles
how
as well.
do you receive what I'm communicating?
Like
you get
true.
So there's all those things that we need to take into consideration, but I feel like everyone should verbalize their issues.
But also like don't like, there's this fine line between like venting to a friend and then offloading as well, because like I feel like I've had relationships where either the friend would offload on me constantly and or I would do the same, and that's not healthy. You know, like ask your friends, hey, like is it fine if I vent to you today? Are you in a space to, or like maybe just like meet up with your friend for coffee or something, you know, because it's better to communicate in person as well. Over the phone, I think it's very exhausting to read a paragraph rather than just come and you chill here on my couch and us talk about what we're going through. You know what I mean? And in that way as well, like you can be more empathetic to my situation and how I'm feeling and why I'm responding the way I am responding to certain things, you know. because now you are aware
Yeah.
of what's happening. Yeah, and you don't have to be strong all the time, bro. Like,
big life goal.
yo,
Big life goal.
like I don't want to be strong.
Yeah,
I'm
we're not
tired.
even like built to be on this like survival mode that we're on.
I'm very
We're
tired.
We're supposed to like just be free and not be
Anyway.
so stressed, because our bodies can't handle that. Like our bodies can't handle all the stress that we put it, because it manifests into like
Yes.
disease or sickness and stuff. And again, your body is communicating to you. So
Peace.
it's easier
I-
said than
I
done,
just want
girl,
peace. I
'cause
don't want
your
problems.
life is hard for people, but I don't know. Try to look for
peace.
Look for peace.
Seek
yeah.
it out.
Yeah.
Please seek
Also,
it.
you're a better person when you're at peace, man.
Fine. Yeah, find that one thing, the one place you go to that's the most peaceful, even if it's your bed. Like, okay, don't sit in your bed all the time, but like, if you find peace in the sheets, then go there.
Then go to the
For
sheets,
me,
baby.
for example, like the ocean, the sound of the waves just makes me feel
water.
very relaxed.
Yes.
Yes. So I like to be around water, and you'll see if I go on hikes, like I always go on a hike that has a waterfall or something, some water, and then on special days in my life, or just days where I'm not feeling my best, so like on birthdays, New Year's, just big days, you know, or when I'm just feeling kind of a little bit depressed or whatever, then I have this one spot that I go to in Sea Point by the ocean, and I just sit on the rocks there, and I
see, but that parking lot place.
yeah,
I see.
yeah, it's a parking lot space in
Sea Point.
It's just before Sea Point. It's actually not Miller Point, I think.
I see. Is it
Yeah.
close to the Shell Garage? By Bobo's.
God, I don't know. But yeah, maybe.
She got this.
But yeah, like, and that just makes me feel
At peace.
at peace. Seek it,
At
please.
peace. For me, it's
Because
when
if you are not at peace, you're gonna shake everyone's grounds around you.
Yeah.
Nobody wants that.
I remember my doctor last year was going through something, but my doctor was like counseling me, and she was like, girl, life is hard. You need to find tools that help you cope.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes, you can have a therapist and stuff, and that can help you, but essentially you are moving by yourself every single day. So you need to find things that fuel you, and things that self-soothe you when you feel like you're stressed and stuff
Yes,
like that.
tools.
I was like, damn.
That's why I'm such a big advocate for sharing the tools that I've learned. Like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
share the tools that
someone out there
it's gonna
needs
work
it.
for someone.
Because you watch things and you feel like, damn, I feel like I'm seen. Like,
Yes.
I feel like I relate to whatever this person's saying.
100%.
So it's no different with you, because we all use the same internet.
Yeah.
So
Like, I always think to myself, like, you never know, Lauren, like, whose life you're gonna change by speaking your truth. Just speak it. Be vulnerable. It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah.
To come on here and share our lives, but this is how I know this is my tribe as well, because we all want the same thing,
Bro. Also, this is real life. Ain't no cameras on here. So please, everything's from experience. And I think also, like, being in your late 20s is such a defining time in your life in general, because you're about to close a chapter, or you're close to closing a chapter. There's all these changes and pressures that come with being in your late 20s, I think. And
society.
Then
Society's
it's
poos.
when are you getting married, chats? Yo,
Excuse me.
when are you getting married? When are you having kids? And then it's that, and then it's like your career. Then it's it's a lot, guys. It's a lot.
Yeah, no, like,
It's
I'm
a
done with
lot.
all of these standards. Like,
It's a lot. So do what makes you happy.
Honestly.
Do what makes you happy, and forgive yourself, guys. Like, you've never had a day like this before, and you'll never have a day like this before. So forgive yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't know any better. I'm
show
sure.
yourself some grace for the
Yeah,
mistakes that
man.
you've made.
Be graceful.
Per.
Ne?
I think we've come to the end of our
It
conversation.
was so long, friend.
I know, I'm
Yo.
tired. Hey, I don't want to talk to you now for the rest of the year. I'm done. What is this? Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, it's a tag. Oh, this is from your dress.
Are you serious?
Shop
Shop my brand. Shop Ulala on Instagram.